What's up guys, Ivan Carranza here and welcome to Bass Tone Tuesday. Today we're gonna talk about why it is important to have a DI box. And what is a DI box exactly? So a DI box looks something like this. This is the Rupert Neve RNDI. And in most DIs you have a 1/4 inch input to plug in your instrument. Sometimes you have a through output like this one, which means that from here the exact same signal from your bass is being copied and sent somewhere else. And then you have an XLR output. And this is the important part of the DI. And why is that important? Well, probably 99.9% of basses have one kind of output, which is a 1/4 inch mono output. And from there, you send a high impedance, unbalanced signal. What a DI does is that it takes that high impedance, unbalanced signal and transforms it into a low impedance, balanced signal that goes into a recording interface or a mixing disc that works with mic preamplifiers or preamps. And that is important because an unbalanced signal is prone to being affected by outside noises and radio signals, especially on longer cable runs. For example, if you're playing a show and you have PA support, you have to send the signal of your bass from the stage to front of house, which could be, depending on the size of the room, pretty far away. And if you were to take your instrument cable and run it, I don't know, like 50 meters, I don't know how much that is in foot, or in feet, it would be a pretty long cable run with an unbalanced signal. Not only would you lose some of the tone, pretty much a lot of top end on your signal by having that cable run, but you're also prone to having your signal being affected by outside noises. And that's why we use DI boxes, to turn the unbalanced signal that's prone to noises and transform it into a balanced one that's going to be safe to run for very long cable runs, conserving the integrity of sound as well. On top of that, some DI boxes provide you with EQ options. That means they are also preamplifiers. And prices from DIs range from very cheap ones like $30 to $1,000 plus, depending on the type of DI that you have. And to make the video a bit more interesting and also more relevant to the subject on how a DI box might change the sound, I recorded a loop using the G&L Fullerton Deluxe JB bass. And first I recorded it straight into my interface, without using a DI. Then I took the RNDI by Neve, the Noble DI, the Mesa Subway DI, and the DI out of the DSM noisemaker Omnicap sim. And on the Omnicap and on the Mesa as well as on the Noble, there was no EQ going, so it's just taking the sound out of the XLR output to see how that changes the sound. Now, before you listen to this, I highly recommend you to put a good pair of headphones or listen with good speakers, because these are subtleties that don't translate over a laptop speaker that well. With that being said, let's go check out the test. Hopefully you could hear the differences on those recordings. And even though there are, subtle changes, they do make a difference. To me, some of them have more top end and also more body than others. Some sound kind of like, I don't want to say flat, but they lack some sparkle to the sound. And when you're recording, you definitely want to keep your tone as pristine as you can, because it's going to be affected down the chain. You know, there's going to be processing applied to your signal, and then you don't really know on which kind of device is going to be played. So you definitely want to keep your signal as pristine as you can when, you know, going on the way in to a recording device, because with all the processing applied and compression and different kinds of speakers and whatnot, you know, if you record a bad quality signal, it's going to be downgraded even further down the chain. That's why having a good quality DI for recording is useful. And for live scenarios, it's pretty much the same thing. We spend so much time practicing and working on our sound that you definitely want to provide the engineer, the front of house engineer, with a good signal so that he or she can work with the sound. If you send, you know, the engineer a bad quality signal, there's not going to be much that he or she can do to save your tone. I hope you guys found the video helpful. Let me know in the comments if you own a DI box, and if so, which one. Also, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay up to date with the content that's coming to your channel. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Take care.